wheel. Politics to faith, the latest trend. We talk it out from end to end. And if you've got something to share, pick up the phone, turn it up. Real FM, ride the frequency. Talking truth, talking change, talking all that's real. Politics to turn it up.
Welcome, brothers. Welcome, sisters. Welcome to our program On Target. Our brothers and sisters in the diaspora in particular today, welcome to our program. The diaspora is a very important part of our society. We must never ignore them. We must never forget them. And we must encourage them. We on Real FM 91.9, 91.5. We have our sister radio in Brooklyn, New York, 94.9. We always encourage you to share our program, like our program, and subscribe to our program. Help us to grow. We express our opinion on these programs, and you know opinions are not facts. They are people's opinion based upon the facts and information that you have. We share our opinion. We're very liberal with it. But if you have information that is credible, we change in your opinion. We believe in the truth. We believe as a radio personality, if we propagate the truth constantly, other radio personalities will be forced to push the truth. And we encourage all and sundry, pick up the telephone and give us a call. Today we're paying particular attention to our brothers and sisters in the diaspora. And we're telling them, take a page from the book of the Jews, the Israelis. There's a lot of countries that hate the Israels, that hate Israel. They want them dead. The Quran disallows agreement between Islam and the Jews. They call them infidels. And they want them dead. They say from the river to the sea. The annihilation of the Jews. Iran does not recognize the right to exist. And a lot of European countries, they want the Jews dead too. And a lot of our Caribbean leaders hate the Jews. But you in the diaspora, take a page from the Jews. They are about 2% of the population of America, but about 30% of the millionaires. They are about 0 point something percent of the world's population, but almost 50% of the Nobel laureates in the world. All the Arab countries, millions of Arabs, surround Israel. They are hostile to Israel. But Israel continues to grow in every sense and every aspect of the world. We, the black people, we must take a page from the book of the Jews. Instead of hating them, admire them. Maybe you start to tell your children about them. Our children are not doing well in school. Our young men are not doing well. Even in the United States of America, the black people are killing more black people than white people killing black. We have too much black people in jail. Some parents they don't even talking about the black children. They're not proud of them. In the Caribbean here, the news is not better. The news is bleak. All the prisons in the Caribbean are overpopulated. And the majority of people in prison did not have a good secondary school education. They did not have a good education. Because education is dynamic. What you consider as a good education 40 years now ago, now is a joke. And our leaders in the Caribbean, they are speaking with forked tongues and they are not addressing the issues. All of them want to expand the prison. There is absolutely no need to expand prison. We have to reduce the amount of people that go to prison. And we could do that overnight. When I say overnight, between 5 to 10 years. Within 5 to 10 years, we could seriously drop the amount of people that ending up in prison. We could drop the crime rate within 5 to 10 years. We take Grenada, for example. We have a present government here, and sometimes it's difficult, very difficult, for even the strong supporters of the NDC to discuss them. They can't defend them. They are ashamed, they're disappointed, they're baffled, and they're asking the question within closed door. How did we end up with a group of people like that? How did we end up with a prime minister and a group of people like that? It's the first time in the history of Grenada we have a prime minister of such poor quality. One caller called a couple days ago, and I agree with him. He said the prime minister used to stay in Grenada, but now he's visiting Grenada. The prime minister is traveling more than the minister of foreign affairs. In most countries, that is the individual people are sorry for. He's out of his constituency so much. So I want to call on the Prime Minister of Grenada to remove Joseph Andal from Foreign Affairs and give the post to Deacon Mitchell, Deacon A. Mitchell. You have to make a reshuffle. Remove Joseph Andal as the Minister of Foreign Affairs. He has failed miserably. He's an embarrassment to the people of Shantimel and Mountrich and Snail Hall and the different areas. And give that post to Deacon A. Mitchell, because Deacon A. Mitchell is the de facto foreign minister. Yes, caller, welcome.
Good day, Mr. Pierre.
Yes, my brother, welcome.
I don't know where to start. I just joined you, but probably I could start anyway.
Well, the best time is to start in the center.
As I said yesterday, at this present time, we need strong leadership. Grenadians at this time. Now is the time we call for strong leadership. Not the type of leadership what we have. I could assure you that if it was days of the former New National Party, by now, I could have guaranteed you that the New National Party have about more than one press conference on the present situation. And the former leader would have been addressing the nation to give them hope. Right now, you know why? Because if your leader not giving you hope, there will be speculation. Right now in this country, every speculation wild. The reason why speculation wild, Grenadians are not hearing from the leader They are not hearing from no government minister. They just remain silent. What is going on? In spite of what, you need to hear your leader. We are not saying he create the atmosphere, but he have to tell the people something. So, in a nutshell, I could say right now, Mr. Pierre, that we need a new government. No apology. We need a new government to handle the affairs of Grenada, to let the people know what is going on. Not those people who remain in a corner and waiting to hear what one is saying. Because we already know that this is not a one-party issue. This is a Grenada affair. We don't need to, some of them even saying they need to hear what the opposition. The opposition are not the main topic at the moment. Grenada. So I am saying this is evidence for me to say what I'm saying. We need a new government. I rest my case.
Yeah, you have to wait for the next election. That is, we have a method of changing government or choosing back the same government, and we do it in an election, the democratic process. And we are very fortunate. In most of the Arab countries, there is no government. Israel have a very active and dynamic democratic system. And a lot of Western countries have democratic system. But we have a lot of leaders in the Caribbean that benefiting from democracy, but they advocating the extremists, left wing, Cuba, Russia, China, where North Korea, where you have no election. And they jail their opponents. They send them in jail. We have had the experience in Grenada. Over 5,000 people was in prison. Maurice Bishop signed the order for 3,130. Not 3,130 that was in jail, more. But Maurice Bishop signed the order for 3,130. Some people want to gloss over it and say Maurice Bishop is a hero. And in this period of October 19, is important for us to see that. Maurice Bishop was a coward, and he hid behind women and children. No one could be considered as a hero if you hide behind women and children. Even the last time on the fort, Maurice Bishop had enough time to get the women out of the fort. He knew that war was coming. He evoked the Angola option, so he expected war. His side take the guns from those who oppose him on the fort. He went and re-established communication with the rest of the world. Vincent Noel said, we have a car with guns. We want over 200 people to re-establish. We want to go to the telecommunication center to re-establish communication with the rest of the world. The car leave the fort. Over 200 people leave. And they went to re-establish communication with the world. So they knew what they was preparing for. Maurice Bishop said, the revolution will continue, but not with everybody. So he was preparing for war. But yet, he was hiding behind the women and the children. Not recognizing that the people he trained didn't believe in God. So compassion was not part of the character. and they would easily use the guns on the children. We today in our country, we have had enough history. We're making the same mistakes again. We have a government in power that is disrespectful of the people. I can't remember if the Prime Minister had an address from January. And I don't know if he had a press conference. We had the biggest bomb blast not even in 1983. We had a bomb blast like that. Based upon the information we have, they took the explosive from St. George's and brought it up in telescope and blow it up. This go against all military procedure. You have to be a mad military man to know that you have unstable explosive and pass with it through residential area and bring it in a populated low-income area to exploit. You either malicious, you purposely do it to destroy people, or you crazy. No explanation was provided to the country. The police didn't provide explanation. Deacon Mitchell did not provide explanation. And the journalist, Deacon favorite journalist, did not ask any question. We have a government that is corrupt. By now, I don't think anybody in Grenada is disputing the level of corruption that is associated with this government. I'll just tell you this small one because it filters down right in the village. A builder have a contract to build a house, a boathouse. I don't know if it's build back better, build back worse, or whatever. Build a house. And they build the house for, I think the contract was about 20,000. Not absolutely certain. I'm not dealing with absolute figures now. 19 or 20,000. The builder got a contract. The plumber have a contract to run a pipe. Well, how much plumbing you do in a boathouse park with 2 rooms, toilet and bath? But the plumber have a contract. The painter get a contract. And the electrician get a contract. And the house can't finish. Because based upon what we are hearing, the Ministry of MIT sign a check, cash a check, and then they paying people cash. How much for a 15, 20? Look. How much for the contract for the painting? 10,000, bang. How much for the electrical? 9,000, bang. I have never heard that in my life. I don't think anybody who function in the public service have ever heard that. They must be shocked. Lennox Andrew, Dennis Cornwall, Richard Duncan, these individuals were public officers of no mean quality. And all of them are closely associated with the government. Yes, scholar, welcome.
Did you do a summarization and an analysis of the amount of monies that we lost into mismanagement, misuse, and carelessness? The fall from that field, and a whole lot of investors, co-investors that came to Grenada. Do you know if that money was used properly? We could have been advanced as a nation further. These are some of the things that should be highlighted I think, and then people will give you and have a little more confidence in you as a person with a talk show. I am listening and looking forward for you at least to give the government a little nod and a sense of appreciation for the short while they've been in power. To say, you know what, they did this and that. As you know, perfection is not, you wouldn't find perfection in the human domain. But for the short while they've been in government, they're doing a lot. And the general population could see that, they know that, and they understand it. And I think you, Mr. Pierre, as a responsible man who on a program every single day, should be given a little credit. So you will have much more listeners and people will listen you. And they will see you as a person. You know what? He know what he's saying. So I will tune in more and I will gather some more people to listen to him. But if you're not giving any credit and you're just casting, a lot of innuendos, you're telling us a lot about yourself. For example, a person been asking you to debate and you're talking about Ram Shop. I am challenging you on the radio station. Because if we on the radio station, then we can discuss ideas. But in a shop, who can hear? Only people around. We need the nation and the world to hear me and you one on one. And what I also discover is that some of the talk show hosts in Grenada, it seems that if they're scared to face challenges and debate, it seems that if they're scared challenges and debates, what they're scared of. If you're so good and you're so privy with all the information, then you shouldn't be scared of a debate. Have a good day.
Thank you, Color. And Color, I pity you. I'm sorry for you. And I understand. It is not easy to defend NDC. Scholar can defend NDC. This is the most corrupt government we have ever had in the country. So no supporter of the NDC could defend NDC. When you're talking about $108 million on barrel, they tell me about Fulfa. We're talking about a prime minister that is visiting the country. You're talking about something happened 20 years ago. Yes, Scholar, welcome.
Mr. Pierre, good afternoon, sir.
Yes, Scholar.
What's really going on with that Kala?
Remember,
The Prime Minister in Grenada here do the wickedness thing as them people let go in the heart state.
rain falling by you?
Yeah, rain falling.
All right, go ahead.
Mr. Pierre, this man, I don't understand what this man saying there. You give it that man crucifixion, he was than Satan in hell. What kind of thing that man saying there? Huh? And Mr. Pierre, you know what I want you to talk about? Press on this thing and then what's going on in Grenada here, where they say this base in the airport for who want to come and do the wickedness. I don't know, understand. This is the thing we have to talk about until we lose sight of it. That's the thing we have to press on now, Mr. Pierre. We're not talking about what them people and them coming and tell us. We're not talking about that. The Prime Minister don't do nothing. Thing going on in Grenada, he rolling from it. He know what's going on, and he rolling from it, and he leave us in this fire. If I want to get dead, and it's saying the best thing that Prime Minister, Mr. Pierre, and
Thank you, Colin. You see, a lot of the NDC supporters, the politicals, you can't defend your government. This is embarrassing. You have a government 3 years. People are pointing out blatant acts of corruption. You can't defend that. Now, when the government violate the law and got money from the Grenada Development Bank, they are common thieves. These are thieves. The regulation in the Grenada Development Bank was there since 1973. No government, not even the revolution, touched it. They realized this regulation was placed to protect the integrity of the development, of the bank. The money in the Grenada Development Bank is specific. It's not for everybody. Is money placed there for agriculture, the vendors, the artisans, people who may not have the type of security to get money from the commercial banks? When Dick Mitchell and his group violated those regulations, there should be a hue and cry from Grenada. There was too much silence. I see them as thieves. Yes, caller, welcome.
Good afternoon to you, sir.
Yes, my brother.
A big question. Is the Honorable Delma Thomas politically exposed? Is her husband a senior police officer? I rest my case.
Yes, and this one, yes, caller, welcome. We lost that caller. And this one is so sad and unfortunate. And I've been speaking about the Public Service Commission for a long time because it opened a can of worms. It's like a Pandora box. One could ask the question, would Tafawa Pierre children be employed? Could they be employed in the ministry? Could Emlyn Pierre children be employed with government? You know, once you go down there, you open a can of worms. Yes, caller, welcome.
Yes, good afternoon, Doc.
Yes, man.
How are you today?
Great, man.
All right, you have a good day. Now, I like your open bat question. But I also ask the open bat, whence come you, sir? Over the years and months, I've been writing in the press the same thing over and over for many years. And I've been saying the same thing. Leadership. Leadership is not a spontaneous thing. It's not when you have a serious problem that leadership rise up. Leadership has to be like a baby. You grow up and you mature yourself to become the right leader. And I've been preaching this for many, many years. And no one was taking me on. As a matter of fact, some people used to get angry because I was talking too much of this leadership and rules and responsibility, management and accountability. I was treading on corns. But you see, I have a vision, a mental vision that sees further than the eyes. And so rather than argue and maybe condemn me at the time when people thought I was talking nonsense, get inside and examine yourself, because we have to think in perspective. And so for the people who are now identify that we do not have the kind of leaders we need for a long, long time, I am asking where they come from. Where you were. Because that is the root of our problem. Our leadership, our leaders at the time were not concentrating on the development of the citizens, the well-being of the citizens. Yeah, the politics is there, and they concentrate on that. The politics, to me, frontline politics is rhetoric. Games, mama guy, bamboos. It fits just the person themselves or the group of people, not the masses. Now you see what is happening? Who do we blame? We can't blame those here. Only we have to blame those before. Because if things was done right many, many years ago, perhaps we wouldn't have anything to say now. Yeah? We've been a state where Grenada could hold its own. So now we have to turn around and stop the bickering and the fighting among ourselves, because the citizens are so fragmented that we can't even keep a good conversation. But we have to turn around and identify that we are in a serious, serious position here, and our lives and livelihood is at stake. And to come together, to love each other, work with each other. The politicians and the political directors have to work with us, and not we working with them. We are going to identify, and they are going to follow what we want to do. And we have to get ourselves in that corner. So I'm calling on Grenadians to put down the color, put down this party support structure, and work together to transform this little country, or that we are going to perish. I'm making a call once again. I don't know if I'm going to make it another time, but I'm making it once again. This is exactly what we have to do. Come together as people to help each other develop and to survive, lest we all going to perish. Have a good day, Mr. Pierre.
Yes, Scholar, thank you. And Scholar, sometimes change is not fast. Sometimes you hear me say change is overnight, and I tell you 5 to 10 years. Change is not fast. And we have come a long way. And we have to be tolerant with one another while we prepare to continue the discussion. That is why I'm so disappointed in Lennox Andrew, Dennis Cornwall, Richard Duncan, because these people were public officers. So they know the system. They know why the bureaucracy. They know why the check and balance. So if the government set up a new ministry called MIT, and they have a new minister, a new permanent secretary, and a new SAS, that is trouble. Lennox Andrew, Dennis Cornwall, and Richard Duncan supposed to tell Deacon no. Deacon have no experience with the public service. He's a political neophyte. These men have to call Deacon and tell him, no, chief, you can't do that. You set up a new ministry, you have to go and get a strong PS. Beryl Isaac. I'm not speaking about just naming her. But I don't know who are the young PSs now in the ministry. You have to get a PS with experience and an SAS with experience to put to the minister. You take a minister that don't understand the public service. You take a permanent secretary that don't know. You don't have a rogue permanent secretary in Carrick doing all kind of wrong things. What you expect? They're going to make you shame. And that's what happened to a lot of NDC politicos. They can't defend NDC. Within closed door, they say they never see corruption. So the prime minister is in charge of the Ministry of Communication and Works, Security, Planning, a number of ministries. The prime minister visiting Grenada. He living outside. He roaming the world with the sugar daddy. He gone in Dubai, in Nigeria, in Ghana. This is the worst I have ever seen. There are other ministers that have experience in the public service. Gloria Thomas. She must have 2 masters. She bright like smoke. The Minister of Education, the Disota. He was almost a permanent secretary. So these guys know better. So how did we end up with these crooks? And I don't blame them as how much I blame the Public Service Commission. The Public Service Commission ought to know. You cannot have a new ministry, a new PS, a new SAS, and a new minister that already have a track record that is suspect. Why we in Grenada sit down and watching the deterioration of this country? My brother who want to debate me. Now, if you was in a rum shop, I would have tell you stupid twice. I have a program for an hour. I encourage about 10 people to call. You want to take up space to debate me. I've met a lot like you. They get some certificate and they think they're bright. That's why I invite you in the rum shop, because we could spend 2-3 hours talking. And we would have men of good, reputable standing among us. That brighter than you. That is more successful than you. Somehow or the other, I don't know what in your head. It means that you cannot advise Deacon. You stupid more than Deacon. Deacon is a political lunatic. How in God's name all these bright, intelligent Grenadians could sit down there and let our country deteriorate? I'm so disappointed in Richard Duncan. Why? Because I have so much respect for these individuals. Richard Duncan, Gloria Payne Banfield, Miss Steele, Jeanette Dubois, Vira McQueen, these individuals was individuals you have respect for. Yes, caller, welcome.
Hello, Mr. Pierre.
Yes, caller, welcome.
Mr. Pierre, you use that word towards KJ. He's stupid more than the prime. And I was listening to the program, and he's a very stupid guy. Here, if money is squander under the NNP, did you want to see your government squander money?
But who want to see wrong thing going?
But that's why he trying to say.
But you see, there's some things we can't say on the radio. Just say, if I was in the rum shop.
Yeah, nothing wrong have a discussion in a rum shop.
But this,
it's only you want to take into a debate.
But this program is not for that.
Not for that.
You just punch, no preamble, bang, bang, bang.
Why do call for debate on Kim?
Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Willing to entertain him. It's just that the platform is not for that.
He always about money squander. So he glad now he administration squandering money.
You can't support that.
You can't support that.
The mistakes we make in the past, we don't make it again.
A Don's guy.
Yeah, he does sense.
No, he does no sense.
He have plenty certificate.
That's why they run him from where
No, don't go down. You don't go down.
He done.
Don't go down.
Thank you, Mr. Pierre. Yeah.
You see, if wrong things went on in the past, we don't want it happen again. The mistakes that Eric Gary make, we didn't want no other government make. The mistakes that Maurice Bishop make, you don't want to make it again. And over the last 2 terms at Kit Mitchell, I thought that was the best attempt at governance in Grenada. I went through a lot of the ministers, Yolande Bain Horsford, the Shotney woman, Miss Modest, Emmeline Pierre. Kate is the youngest one that come in. Gregory Bowen, I spoke about it. I look at the tolerance of these individuals. These individuals had criticism. But I look at their tolerance level and I realize they were not vindictive. And that is good. Deacon won election 9 seats. He was brand new. So nobody expect him to be so vindictive. Because he had no reason. Nobody did him wrong. Unless somewhere along the line, this individual was intelligent but sometimes mentally sick. And he ended up in politics. And now he's searching for people to destroy. How you could support that? How you could support a ministry building a boathouse? You have a contractor to build your house. You have a plumber, you give him a contract. You have an electrician, you give him a contract. And you give the painter a contract. No, you get one contract and give the builder. How you could do that? Yes, caller, welcome.
Mr. Pierre.
Yes, my brother.
Good afternoon. Mr. Pierre, I listened to the program from beginning to end. Why is the opposition of appointment about that? What's the position on the base they want to put in on the airport? What is the position? I hear they say nothing.
What is the opposition position?
Yes.
The opposition stand up watch. The opposition must be saying, Deacon hiding, he want to hear what I say to make a decision. So the opposition watching Deacon run. Deacon not in the country, you know.
Because they're dumb and they have nothing to say.
Well, they don't want to say nothing. They could wait for Deacon.
The boss are saying it.
The opposition said Deacon hiding. First time you want advice from them.
And they put palm in the opposition mouth. So they can't say nothing. Listen to me now. Of course, Peter David is a real man.
What he said?
He make it clear.
You don't have, that first time you don't hide.
Peter David.
You know Peter like to hide.
Peter David come out and make a point.
Why the point you make?
He said we don't interest in no military base in Pointali. And I fully support him.
The journalist should have asked Peter David to explain to them about the regional security service that Grenada is a member of. They should listen to the next one.
You listen to me. You don't oppose that. You support that. And the Grenada government support that.
Aye.
But anything on military base, we don't want that in Grenada.
Okay.
The regional security forces, they have a part, they have a place in all them Caribbean countries. We support that. We'll help them to security. But we don't want no satellite base. But I have to say something speaking. And what he's saying is that the military base. But America don't need more military base.
You like what Chess said?
Just saying that why I believe Chess missing from because each bucket ship outside it, you have satellite base on it covering the whole world. Each one of them. So they don't really need the base thing there. What they want to do is to upgrade the Coast Guard. That's the real thing.
They want to upgrade the Coast Guard.
They want to upgrade the regional force.
Well, I don't know.
America have base. Each package ship is outside it. It covers satellite and it covers the whole world. What they do is stupid military bases president. That's nonsense. They want to upgrade the Coast Guard and the regional security force. That's what I understand.
Okay.
I think it's a
But if it's that what they want to do, that's a problem.
That's the intention. They want to upgrade it. I don't know otherwise. I don't know.
Well, I don't have information too. And you know it doesn't interfere with breaking news.
Listen to me. I believe we can not allow no military base.
What that is now?
It's in Ghana.
Ghana, yeah.
Let me tell you something. You make it clear that his government would not support no basic area to attack on his country. It was on Caribbean Break News. I am afraid to bring it. They never bring it. Are you trying to blackmail man? That is what you make it clear. You say that. Mr. Pierre.
Okay.
You talk about corruption. Oh God, Mr. Pierre, you're ashamed. John River passing there is the thief in the cap bank money. The thief are
and this cap bank money right out here. I understand. You know what you want to? You don't measure as a man that against Dwight Venner.
They thief all the money. And keep telling them the NNP so wicked. They still come back and take money from the poor, from the treasury.
And give the poor people.
And they
don't give you yours. Well, you have too much money in the bank. You have too much money there. I believe they give everybody what $500 and less.
Yes.
But you have too much. They couldn't give.
They keep all the top one and keep Michelle and California, all of them should be in jail because of the wickedness and they will keep on them.
Thank you, Colin. Every time people see about who should be in jail, I'm warning them, be careful. Be careful when you're making these statements. Yes, caller, welcome.
Hello.
Yeah, man.
Yes, good morning.
Yeah.
I just wanted to ask you if you could ask the gentleman that just called if he agrees with what Dickon has said.
Yeah, you didn't even know what Dickon said.
Because Dickon hasn't said anything.
But yeah, you don't know what Dickon say. He say nothing for Dickon. He's a partner who's try best at public relations. He's a good partner. He does try best to put word in their mouth, you know, what they should say. But they hide in, they don't say
anyway,
nothing.
have a great day, sir.
Yes, my brother. You see, we are a small country. Yes, caller, welcome.
Good day, Mr. Pierre.
Yeah, my brother. Good, man.
Well, if America asked us to put a radar system in our country, and the answer was no, I wouldn't believe a general from America would be coming to Grenada. I do believe that the answer is already yes. I do believe they get the answer already. And the answer is yes. That's why the general is coming here to finalize things. I do believe that the answer is already given. Oh, that's not my topic I want to talk about. I want to talk about the farmers in Patrick. But the farmers are complaining. They say that the tractor service is a bit kind of not adequate. Because the guys that maybe drive the tractor, they come to work about 8 and then they set up around 9 and they will come on your farm. And by the time 12, they say that's it. finish work.
Get 2 hours
I'm
work.
seeing that. Yeah, it's about $60 to $65 an hour, I think, around there. If you're working for 4 hours, just do the math, right? How much money the government really making from that tractor job? These 4 hours that they're coming out.
And you have 2 operators.
You have 2 operators. You have to put diesel, you have to do whatever. So it doesn't make any sense. And then people want the land plow, they can't get it plowed, they have to wait. So it would be more sensible to let the workers work up maybe about up to 2, up to 3, whatever, Put in more hours so they can make more money for the government. And more land would have been prepared so more people can be happy and they can plant stuff. The rain is falling right now. I think most of the farmers are still not ready. You understand? So we need that service to be up and running better than that. Yeah?
Yeah. Well, you have to understand that NDC don't have a good track record where agriculture is concerned. There's the worst government where agriculture is concerned. Is the NDC that it cut down Belvedere nutmeg and plant banana? Is the NDC that dig up around the lake to plant organic banana without pen manure? Is the very NDC that advocated they will bring net to catch the seaweed before you reach the shore? Is the same NDC that decided to rent Green Lake truck to pick mango? Some of these things these people say, you wonder if a good standard too in agriculture not saying these things. Well, let me say a good secondary school child wouldn't say these things. When they say these things, they embarrass the extension officer when they go out of Grenada. You go learn Green Lake truck. This truck must cost 200,000 plus. When they finish after 4 in the evening to go and pick mango, I mean, I don't know how they could say these things. Remember, the prime minister's substitute was black pepper. How you can throw down nutmeg and cocoa and banana? The prime minister's substitute was black pepper. Is it say NDC that spent over 4 million to bring about 400 animals in Grenada, and they have them getting fat. They don't bring. Sometimes you wonder how one group of people could be so destructive for our country, and we continue to elect them. Every time NDC come in power, they worse. This group is the most corrupt group of NDC. The group between 2008 to 2013, there wasn't a good group, but we never used the word corruption for them. Maurice Bishop was a criminal, but we never say he was corrupt. But this group of NDC is the most corrupt group of NDC we have. And that's what makes it so difficult for the supporters to defend that. Yes, caller, welcome.
Mr. Pierre, good afternoon.
Yes.
You just stated there that the Honorable Prime Minister would have made some statements regarding the seaweed, the use of the Green Lake truck to pick the fruits, and many other things. The person that you are challenging to meet you in the rum shop, that person is calling, doesn't make any mention of that. And that is the person who is claiming that is the best prime minister who would have done more than any other prime minister.
But I asked him to name 3 good things they do and he couldn't name it.
So whenever he comes, you see the thing about it, he went on a program and he sent out a challenge for persons to debate him. He's ready.
I attention seekers.
But you're asking him now to meet you and he's not coming.
These things are just attention seekers.
You have those things to ask him.
They're just attention seekers. They're not serious about it.
But what is he trying? What is he looking for? Every day he's calling
praising the government, praising Deacon Mitchell for what he had done in the 3.5 years. But there are things
when you ask him
he
what
said
he don't
he
know,
would do, and he don't do it, and you're not hearing the scholars speaking about it at all. I'm wondering, where is this scholar living? Where is he living in Grenada?
sometimes you don't even bother about that because you're going to find, and it's not easy for Deacon supporters, because they want to speak but they don't know what to say.
But Mr. Pierre, that is the thing now we have to bring to their attention, because they are claiming that the Prime Minister did so much. And
I always ask them what.
So we have to bring it to their
I
attention.
always
He
ask
said
them
he was
what.
going to do this. He said this will be done. Did he do it? Was it done? And that's what they must come forward with, instead of talking this all like kind of nonsense about the Prime Minister is the best and he do all the best and he do everything. Mr. Pierre, have a good day.
Yeah, thank you. It's very difficult to be an NDC at this time. The government do good. How you going to defend that? The minister's afraid to go on the radio. One minister say it's a disaster. Another minister say he don't even want to talk about it. One minister say we will cause serious problem. We will cause irreparable problem. Another minister say win, lose, or draw, it fixed for life. Yes, scholar, welcome. Yes, scholar, welcome. Caller, you there? No, caller, see
Yes,
trouble.
Mr. Pierre.
Well, go right ahead.
No, I think I'm hearing you.
Go right ahead, caller.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, go right ahead.
Mr. Pierre, you might have noticed a few days now I didn't call. But I listen as usual every day. And it was amazing, this guy that you are just referring to today. You ask him to name 3 things or point out 3 things that they are so good or so great about what has been done.
Couldn't make it.
And instead of answering the 3 things, he asking you if you want 6.
And I beg him only 3.
I've never heard so much about
So you see, if I was in the rum shop now, we make him pay the bill.
diversion tactic. That was diversion tactic I've ever heard. You ask for 3.
See,
Instead of giving the 3, you ask if you want 6.
you think it's yesterday, man?
I don't know what kind of strategy is that. No, but Mr. Pierre, as much as we could ramble on about the nonsense that the government is doing, and just this morning I heard a new voice. Somebody said to me, the most dumb sense of government we have ever had in this place.
I agree that the government does sense. They're embarrassing me bad.
But an interesting statement I was made earlier on is, what is the opposition saying relative to the new controversy that we have in Grenada that is so aggressively addressed by almost everybody on here? They are saying no, including me. But I listen to somebody else, the opposition is not saying about it. Is that a request that came to the government? The government doesn't, the opposition doesn't have a right to put forward a position.
No.
Initially.
No.
They could put a position fine. But is the government position we need to hear?
The government hide it. The government hide it.
And the Prime Minister is nowhere around.
Then in Ghana. He might go by Chief Ogungu in Ghana.
He's nowhere around to say.
He go and find out what Chief Ogungu in Ghana say.
It is supposed to be today that the head of the Navy, the United States Navy, would be in Grenada.
It's in Ghana. Chief Ogungu and Chief Ladingo.
The thing about it is that this thing could only be military. That is why the head of the Navy is here to deal with the government. That has nothing to do with drugs. It have to do with war. The warmongering started. Maybe they are hoping to threaten Maduro so you should be self-quiet, because I think Maduro should simmer down concerning the issue with Ghana. He's wrong. A ruling was given by the International Court on that issue already. Ghana, I say, Venezuela is wrong about the whole issue.
And Guyana joined the RSS in 2022.
Who?
Guyana. Guyana joined the RS just the other day.
Yeah.
Regional security.
Yeah.
So that means if Venezuela attack them, Everybody had to come. You touch one, you touch all.
But then at the same time, the Israelites going up a lot of other countries, Caribbean countries.
Yeah, Dominica,
And so
Rhode Island, Trinidad, Colombia. Venezuela is a troublemaker.
Venezuela has been a troublemaker for a long time.
Yeah.
And as much as I used to like travel, I never see Maduro qualified to be a president of a country. Honestly, and I'm not sure if you know that that's a sovereign country. America need to respect people's sovereignty.
Yes, and time running out on us.
Take care.
All right.
Take care, sir.
Yes, we normally start and we move. We was on our people in the diaspora. I always say the people in the diaspora is very important to us. And I'm not satisfied with our people in the diaspora. In the same vein, I'm not satisfied with us. And I think we must emulate the Israelis. Whether you like the Israelis or not, we must study about the Israelis to know more about it. Our people are not productive where our education system is concerned. We are not productive enough where supporting the country is concerned. Not the amount of money we send in the country. A lot of time the diaspora send money wrong place. We have to be more focused about development. The people in the diaspora, you have to be concerned about the corruption of this government. This government is not only corrupt, they don't know what they're doing. I want to repeat that. This government is not only corrupt, they're incompetent. They don't know what they're doing. They had a ministry called MIT, a brand new ministry. They give them a brand new staff. They don't know what they're doing. And millions of dollars was placed into their hand. They took about 16 million, I think, that's supposed to go to the Ministry of Housing, and they give it to them. You have a Minister of Communication and Works that never in the country. You don't give a man Communication Works and Ministry of Foreign Affairs one time. You have a Minister of Education, he's a deserter. You have a Minister of Foreign Affairs, that is a mama pool. He's an embarrassment to the people of the constituency. You have a Minister of Legal Affairs that jumping up with one foot in the air and saying, shoot Babylon, Bobo. You have a minister in Carriacou that cuss police. And you have a prime minister that make movie with drugs. This is what we have in Grenada. A corrupt bunch of incompetent individuals that want to be rich. The Prime Minister of Grenada wants to be a billionaire. The sistren from Guave have over $600,000 in their account. And one minister say, win, lose, or draw, it's fixed for life. I want to appeal to the people in the diaspora. The 16th constituency. I don't hear they say that in a long time. I don't hear Mr. Forrester voice in a long time. I want to appeal to you all. You all have it in all your hand to nudge Deacon. Do not destroy the economy of this country. Otherwise, if the NDC win the next election, they have to sell Nawasa. Because they're bringing this country to bankruptcy. And I'm back with you again tomorrow. And KJ or JK, you could call me again tomorrow. Thank you very much.
On 91.9 and 90. Turn it up. Real FM, ride the frequency. Talking truth, talking change, talking all that's real. With Francis Pierre at the wheel. Politics to faith, the latest trend. We talk it out from end to end.